I'm not saying no match. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
We are together again, but this time I came to visit Paige, which is why she's driving. We got a message on Tumblr. They asked what we thought about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. It's a movie set in the Harry Potter Wizarding World universe in the 1920s in New York City, and it follows Newt Scamander, who brought a bunch of magical creatures into New York. The animals get loose from this briefcase that he decided to keep them in. And then he and these two Jewish sisters and this one guy who's not a wizard just wanders around and tries to fix them. It's super weird that it's set in 1920s New York during a period in history where 6 million black people moved from the South to the North.
When the Harlem Renaissance is taking place?
Yeah, the Harlem Renaissance also happened.
Harlem was mostly, if not entirely, black during the Renaissance.
Yeah.
That's why it's the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, and that's not to say that Harlem is the entirety of New York, but it seems really weird that given the actual historical opportunity to portray that, they have decided to instead go with problematic actor Eddie Redmayne. I'm still not happy with him for playing a trans woman. We have the one black woman who seems to be in a huge position of power in how the wizarding community in America works.
And she seems to be more capable of this position than like Cornelius Fudge.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I'm probably not gonna see it in theaters right away because I have no interest in it.
No.
I have so little interest, it's not even funny.
It's like I did when they were like, oh look, more movies from the Harry Potter universe, and I was like, cool. The more that they talk about it and the more that they're like, we're gonna do 5 movies of this, I'm like, why?
And we're gonna put Johnny Depp in it, and I'm like,
Right.
Oh, wonderful.
Absolutely not now.
J.K. Rowling did a lot of skirting around uncomfortable history when she wrote those chapters for Pottermore. It operates under that assumption of like not believing that Native American beliefs are valid or real. So much wrong. I made a more extensive video about it. I still get lots of comments about, don't you know it's fiction? And I'm like, well, yeah, but Native Americans aren't fiction.
Fiction has real world implications.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes, it does.
Let's get back to Fantastic Beasts.
You're right. You're right.
I also just have conflicting feelings about Eddie Redmayne because I really, really liked him before. And it's difficult to let go of those feelings of people that you like and respect
Yeah,
when
even
they do something that you don't like and respect.
even when you know that it's wrong.
Yeah. Just in general, I really didn't want him to be Newt Scamander in any case. Wanted Nathan Stewart Jarrett, who was on The Misfits, to play Newt Scamander. He's got a very beautiful face.
This would have been a great opportunity to bring more diversity into the Wizarding World universe.
Do you have any other thoughts about the cast?
I do wonder if the Goldstein sisters are actually Jewish. Because it's not like
The
there aren't...
actresses?
Yeah.
There are a lot more Jewish
There's a
actors
lot of-
and actresses than Hollywood would like you to believe. Here's the thing, somebody I worked with the other day mentioned that like at least the reason that there are 8 Harry Potter movies is because there are 7 books to back them up. This is based off of a non-fiction book within a fictional world. There's nothing to base 5 movies off of. It's a cash grab is what it is. They know they're gonna make money because it's Harry Potter.
Same thing that we talked about in the Beauty and the Beast video. This isn't just some random independent filmmaker. This is the Harry Potter franchise, and they could have taken risks. And that also includes not casting Johnny Depp. What the hell?
Well, at least we get to see how non-magical people are going to interact with the magical world this time.
Yeah, it's just, it seems really boring.
Yeah.
I haven't been given anything to make me feel excited for 5 more movies. Something else that really bothered me about J.K. Rowling's Pottermore writings about the history of magic in North America, we've talked about this before. She displays such a fundamental lack of understanding about America.
Yeah.
She talks about how racism doesn't exist in the wizarding world, but that really doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Sure.
If there's no racism in the wizarding community, and wizards can't be racist for whatever reason, I guess they're better than muggles.
I mean, if you think about it, that's literally how they're racist, is that they're like, muggles are below us, but it's not real.
Yeah,
It's like,
racism exists in
Yeah.
the book. Umbridge, horribly racist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's the whole issue of like blood quantum, and that's really the pure blood issue.
That's the metaphor for racism in the magical community.
So I don't understand how she can say like wizards aren't racist when it's quite clear that she wrote them to be racist.
Yeah.
If racism truly doesn't exist in the wizarding community, why don't we see more wizards of color in the movies and books? Part of the reason that we don't see a lot of representation for minority groups in Congress, positions of power, in movies is because racism exists, because the system exists. And so if it truly doesn't in the wizarding community, then there's no excuse. One wizarding school for the entire United States?
Makes no sense, okay.
Makes no sense!
England is like this big.
You're not gonna tell me that there is one wizarding school for
and
all of America.
It's the United States of America and Canada. It's North America.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's just one? Wow, that's
okay.
ridiculous.
Let's just think about this for a second. It's feasible that there's one school for Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and England, because Wales, Scotland, and England are all one landmass, and Ireland is like this big right off the coast.
Yeah.
But in America, it's like, first of all, Alaska is the largest geographical state. California has the largest population in this entire country, and you're gonna tell me that all of the wizards from California have to share the same school with all of the wizards from New York, Texas, and Florida, which are the other 3 most populated states in the country?
This school must take up an entire state.
Yeah. It's supposed to be in like Massachusetts. Let me tell you,
Massachusetts ain't that big.
Would never fit. It just wouldn't happen.
We would probably have a wizarding school in each like major city.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't imagine a world where like the South wouldn't have their own kind of Ivy League wizarding school.
Especially after the Civil War. There would be no way that the South wouldn't have created their own wizarding school during the Civil War when they wanted to secede from the country. Florida and New York are 2 of the most populated states in the country, and they're both on the East Coast, so there would probably be 2 East Coast schools.
New York would definitely have one.
Oh yeah, New York would for sure have one.
You know what? I don't expect J.K. Rowling to know everything about America or what it's like to live and grow up in America. I really don't. What I would have liked is a display of a little bit of humility and maybe admit that I don't really know what I'm writing about. Maybe I can collaborate with an American author. Maybe I can collaborate with a Native American author. There's nothing wrong with writing with other people. You can't know everything.
Like, if she's employing these other authors to come and write in her universe, it's not like she's not gonna get credit for it. It's her universe.
I know.
We're angry. We're angrier than we began. And we're not even angry necessarily, like we are, and we're not angry at Fantastic Beasts. Like, our general feelings of Fantastic Beasts are just
White bread cast.
Yeah. I want to make it clear, we're well aware that, like, Rowling is not to be blamed for the whiteness of the cast. She is to be blamed for the fact that she does not address race. Yeah.
Yeah, and just the way that when she's asked about these things, the way she kind of dances around it, which is not great.
I want to go back to this Johnny Depp thing for a second. Of course, I hate his guts, so I don't want him to be in the movie to begin with. But another problem that I have with it, which is a minor problem in comparison, is that he's playing Grindelwald.
We got an ask a few weeks ago about how do you feel about straight actors being given queer roles?
And we decided that
that's wrong.
Queerness is not a costume. And then this person did follow up and ask us, well, what does that say about Captain America if Stucky becomes canon, and also
Poe Dameron?
And we think specifically with Poe and Finn,
it doesn't conform to the homonormativity.
Yeah.
It's between 2 men of color. I would love for Stormpilot to become canon, but I think it would be okay in this instance since Oscar Isaac is not gay, just because they've already cast him, and it would be because of the fan demand, which I'm totally okay with. It's when they're like, oh, well, we have this gay character who has a gay storyline, and for you to cast a straight actor, as we assume Johnny Depp is, we feel that that is wrong. There are plenty of queer actors who do not get roles because they're not seen as marketable to a heteronormative audience. I'm probably not gonna see it right away, if at all, in theaters.
I'm gonna wait to see what the reviews are, and if the reviews are like astounding, like if it has more than an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'll probably go see it eventually. If I go and see it and I walk out and I'm like, why? Then I'm definitely not going to see the other 4, which I probably wouldn't do anyway.
So yeah, those are our thoughts on just basically everything. But let us know what you guys think. We're very eager to hear your opinions. If you are going to watch it,
we won't stop you.
Yeah.
Obviously we can't, but
and we're not going to shame you for seeing it. That's just our opinions.
I understand why a lot of people will go see it. It's part of the Harry Potter universe.
So don't think that this is our way of saying, if you go see it, we hate you. It's not at all. We just don't agree with it.
Yeah. These PNS talk things, these reviews, are mostly our opinion, which we're entitled to, but you're also entitled to yours.
If we want you to feel bad about liking something, we will tell you. Mm-hmm. We will tell you that it is that important.
We may not even say it that directly, but you'll know.
So thank you all for joining us. I like these videos where we drive around and talk to each other, because we do it anyway.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to The Princess and the Scrivener, please do so down below, especially if you'd like to see more videos on Disney, intersectional feminism, pop culture critiques, and more. Somebody will see you next week. I get that certain things have to be different, like the government reflects the government of whatever country it's in. Like, that makes sense to me.
We probably would have a different term in America for it, but not no-maj. No-maj is the best we came up with. Are you serious?